New at 11, outrage on the UCLA campus. A student goes on the internet with a racist rant directed at Asian students.
Is these hordes of Asian people that UCLA, if you're going to come to UCLA, then use American manners. What? All the Asian people that live in all the apartments around me, their moms and their brothers and their sisters and their grandmas and their grandpas and their cousins and everybody that they know that they brought along from Asia with them comes here on the weekends to do their laundry, buy their groceries, and cook their food for the week.
If we bring all of our family members to the dorms, huh? Don't be mad because nobody loves you, bitch.
They don't teach their kids to fend for themselves.
I thought it was ridiculous. I didn't even know that UCLA would accept somebody like that.
And then all of a sudden, when I'm about to like reach an epiphany, over here from somewhere, oh, Ching Chong Ling Long Ting Tong. Oh.
Kind of dumb posting on YouTube.
So being the polite, nice American girl that my mama raised me to be.
You kidding me? Polite American?
Right to say it. I just think that that was a dumb move because she kind of is hurting herself more than anyone.
This kind of racist rant shows how Americans tend to have biases toward Asians. Conflict and disharmony of students are not the problems of one place, but possibly everywhere in the United States. It can be U of I as well, where diversity prospers.
I love talking with people from other places, whether it be states, different or international students. I take enjoyment out of learning about their culture and history and just them as individuals. The only thing that, I guess you could call bias would be Asians don't always hang out with, they kind of tend to maybe hang out with other Asians more so than, other groups. Friends kind of go to more extreme position and say, they're just so, exclusive or, isolated, why don't they want to, talk to us or whatever. We should maybe have a little more interrelations, and then kind of, come together more instead of
I've hang out with more Asians, like Taiwanese, Korean, Chinese, Thai, yeah, American people. Some people are very nice, but some people just a bit looking down for Asian people sometimes. And I just feel some people when I'm speaking English, just I don't understand what you say. They try to shut down. They're not trying to listening what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know there's few people always have some bad opinions about international. They feel oh, why did you guys come to this country?
I was still going to college in New York. I was involved in the student publication of the school. So very fortunately, I became the editor-in-chief of that student newspaper. And then my staff, the other section editors, they actually, they kind of denied my ability. They didn't respect me. They thought, hey, why would she become an editor-in-chief? Would there be an Asian woman leading an English publication?
I think people do have stereotypes towards international students. Supremacy reasons. I think some people view their own culture as the best. I think it is very possible that I viewed one culture in one way, even though I never actually had any experiences with that culture. I think people just continue on with the stereotypes they hear. What their friends tell them, they just pass on that thought to other people, but it's not necessarily something to believe, just something they've heard in the past.
Partly, maybe some ignorance, as well as just comfort and ease of mind. Personality, our environment as well.
And some of these things are things that we've grown up with. They're very deep-seated, they're very deep-rooted, and they're very hard to get rid of. So the longer that you hold on to something, the harder it is to get rid of. You can't just get rid of it like that.
I would say so. I mean, we're all humans. We have our faults, and while stereotypes, we kind of throw them around in our colloquial English. We might joke around about it.
We all hold biases, and that always influences how we approach certain situations, whether they be people or scenarios.
I think having a bias might prevent some people from wanting to, go up to a person, start a conversation. I think there is kind of not the fear, but maybe uncertainty there. I don't want to keep biases if, I know they're not right, but it's tough because it's kind of hard to realize that you're actually contributing to, the continuing of these stereotypes.
Even though we have them, I think most people recognize that it's not politically correct to have them. They don't want to be judged, I feel. If something is glaringly obvious and it goes against what I originally perceived, it would take a while for me. I'd ponder it, it'd make me think of it, but it would definitely influence me.
Society and culture is a huge force, and some people don't want that to change because it's benefiting them, you know?
I think that American students and international students need to just take a second to get to know each other. I think if you take a few minutes out of your day, you can understand that there really isn't much difference between Americans and internationals and Americans. Everyone is the same, essentially. People just have different views, different culture. People just understand each other differently. If you really take a step back and look at it, I don't think anyone really has a reason to be biased against another.
It means I love you.